Hey guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave. So today I'm going to be looking at a card game, and that is Super Mario Brothers Power Up card game. This game, I actually just came across it in like a gaming store. Here where I am, we have these stores called Electronic Boutique, or EB Games, I think it's shortened to. And I always like to pop in there and look around. I mean, most of the stuff they have, it's like more of the modern stuff, more of the modern games. They're not really into the retro too much, but they do carry some things like these, like, you know, old Mario stuff like mugs and water bottles. Occasionally you see games. They sell card games and all that. So there's a little tiny section like that. And I saw this sitting there, and I was like, what is that? At first I thought it was a puzzle, because I've seen a bunch of these Super Mario Brothers, you know, puzzle things there before. And I wasn't, you know, I'm not really interested in a puzzle. And I realized it said card game. I'm like, what is that? So I picked it up, and I looked at the back. I'm like, that looks kind of fun. It's not really descriptive. It just kind of tells you, you know, kind of the overall idea of what the game is. It's made by a company called USA-opoly. So I'm assuming they're like a, they probably started off making all those Monopoly games. Like, not Monopoly themselves, but kind of like Monopoly clones. I remember seeing a bunch of those coming out, where they were basing it on some kind of, like, you know, city or something. Like, they would just find these odd things and make this weird Monopoly style game. I think that might be what they are. I could be wrong. But anyways, yeah, I mean, the box is cool. I mean, I thought even if the game itself sucks, the box looks cool. So I took a chance, and it was like $15 or something. So I thought I'd give it a shot. So it's not bad, actually. I'm just going to open it up and show you what's inside here. I mean, it's really well done. Like, they give you a manual inside like this. It's nice full color too. Just open it up there. It gives you a nice description. And rather than just kind of spitting out the rules in paragraphs, so, you know, like, this is what you have to do, this is what you have, it gives you all these kind of examples. And so right off the bat, it shows you the cards, what they are. And then it starts off with, this is how you start your game. Kind of like, you know, there's your starting card. You know, you have a card, you have these little men there that kind of indicate your life counter. So in this game, you have 4 life. And then it goes to this part where it's, you know, let's go, let's play the game. And it runs through the steps. And the way they do it is they kind of run through like a fake game. So you're not just reading the rules necessarily on how to play it, but you're actually playing along with this, you know, rule book. And it shows you here, right there, this is like, imagine you're at a table, that's where the decks are, and each of the players. And then they kind of give it like the A, B, C's, and the ones and stuff, so you can follow along with the manual and see how it goes. Now, when I first read this, I was kind of lost, and then I had to read it again, and then it clicked in. I mean, overall, the game itself, it's not too bad. Let me just get to the cards here. So you got 2 kinds of cards. You have the power block cards, which you would have saw in the manual, and it kind of gives you these little power-ups, level-ups, different kind of abilities like that. You play them on yourself, you play them on your opponent. And then you got the main level cards, which are these things here. So all the backs look like that. Kind of has that warp pipe. And then each card has like a screen cap from the game, essentially from Super Mario Brothers. So the artwork is pretty nice. I mean, it looks like you could really see that that is a Mario level. And it's got this up here, which is the level. Now, ultimately what you're trying to do is you go through a round, and at the end of the round, whoever has the highest, the lowest, loses. And you lose one of your little Mario men, and then you start a new round. And at the end, well, the game really ends when one person is left with at least 1 life and everybody else is out of the game. So when you're playing the game, it's actually quite simple. It's almost like playing like a regular deck of cards in a sense. So you're really focusing on the numbers. So you would start with your each player. The dealer will deal one of these things to each player face down. Kind of like if you're playing blackjack and you look at it and you're like, okay, that's my card. You don't show anybody. At the beginning of the game, you get one of these suckers. Again, you don't show anybody. And it gets a little weird here because now you have an opportunity to swap your card, trade your card with your opponent. So if you have a really low one, like this one, you could say, and it has to be to the person on your left, I would like to swap with you. They can't stop that from happening. So you swap cards with them. Their turn would come around. They could do the same to the person on their left. The only thing that can pretty much stop it, is if there is a castle card, and that is this thing here. It's one of the castles. So at the beginning of the round, I should say, if this is your face down card, you reveal it immediately. All players know now that you have immunity. Nobody can trade with you, and you can't lose the round. So it's kind of you get this card, you're safe that whole round. So you're pretty good. And from there, I mean, it's just about building up the points. You can see some have 11, some have 1, some have 5, all the way up to 12, I believe, is the highest. And yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yep, 12 is the highest. I like how it shows all the different worlds. Like you got the dark land there. You got the water worlds. So they kind of run through a lot of. It's all based on Super Mario Bros. 1. Obviously, that's what you're seeing there on the cover. So as you progress in the round, each player can now play these cards to modify things. So, I mean, the game is very simple in a sense that you're just modifying numbers. So this one would give a +1 to any level. Now, you'd probably do it to yourself. But then you could also do a -1, which would be a Goomba, which makes sense. You're throwing a Goomba at your opponent. And there you go. So you -1 off of someone's level. And when the round ends, you calculate, and then the lowest player loses. And that's where these token things. I haven't opened this bag yet, but they're in there. You get about 40 of those. They're not, I mean, nothing overly spectacular. Just a piece of cardboard, circle with Mario on there. The inside of the box is pretty nice, though. They didn't cheap out on the box, that's for sure. I mean, you can see on the side there, it's all nice, cardboard, but it looks nice. They didn't like cheap out and just put plain cardboard in there. They really did a good job on the box. So even if you don't want to keep, use the box to hold the game, I would still keep the box just because it looks cool. The other part, I mean, really, it just kind of goes around. The other part I wanted to mention was I really thought the game was going to be a little bit better than this. I was really hoping for it to be a little bit more interactive, and it just seems like it runs on the luck factor. So, I mean, you're sure you've got your hand, and the way to pull these cards, really, there's different ways of doing it. Like at the beginning of the round, if you and an opponent both have the same number, the same level, after you reveal, you both draw one of these cards. So it gets a little bit weird, and you can hold them into your hand and play them when you need to. I see this game being kind of a fast-paced game. I think it even says it on the back here. It's like, 10 to 30 minutes. So I can imagine it's more closer to the 10-minute round. Because if you're playing fast enough, you literally go through a round where one person's the dealer, deals out the cards, you play what you got, round's over, lose men, next round, dealer becomes the next person, and you just kind of go around the table playing like that. Not overly complex. The rule book is very small. I mean, it's only, 11 pages, and most of it is just pictures. But it does help learn the game. I mean, the pictures are nice. It's a simple game, quick to pick up and play. I wouldn't say it'd be the most exciting games, and I just kind of wish it had more to do with the Mario theme than just numbers. Because, I mean, the levels don't really make sense in this. But, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's why it's called a power-up card game. I mean, they could really just take this game and add any theme to it and call it something else, and it'd be still the same game. It wouldn't really matter. It had nothing to do with Mario. Anyways, I just wanted to show it off because I thought it looked cool. I mean, I picked it up. It was 15 bucks. You could probably find one in your local gaming shop or whatever the stores that sell knickknacks. If it's the Christmas season, they'll probably be in all those little stores. You can go in and buy those novelty gifts or calendars. So I'm sure it'll be around. I mean, it's fairly new. I've never seen it, so I don't know when this actually got released. I think 2017. So I mean, it's not that new, but it is new to me, anyways. But yeah, that's the Mario card game. It's pretty interesting. If you're interested in that type of stuff, or if you just want to buy it as a collectible, put it on your shelf. It'll look cool, and you know, just stare at it. I don't know. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Hope you subscribe to my channel. Talk to you later.